The hunt for Divinity has begun. Choose wisely and trust with caution. Malevolence lurks in the depths of every psyche. Acquire proficiency in complex strategic warfare. In the highly acclaimed role-playing game Divinity Original Sin 2, you can collaborate with up to 3 other people, but only one will be given the opportunity to rise as a divinity. Choose one of the 5 distinctive races and 6 unique original characters, or make your own path. Discover limitless freedom to explore and experiment with partners of either human or AI. Katana Kamiya Way of the Samurai Story is an epic adventure set during Japan's Meiji Restoration, where players take on the role of a ronin in the turbulent Rakotu Pass. The game features Dojima, a gifted swordsmith who finds himself in debt and must return it by developing his abilities and exploring the Ipponmatsu Cave. The game includes over 100 weapons and 9 different fighting styles, allowing players to participate in combat in a variety of ways. The game also includes isometric hack-and-slash action, which allows players to explore randomly generated dungeons with their own secrets. The last installment of the dungeon-crawling RPG trilogy concludes the Blood Maiden's epic quest in dramatic fashion. After fleeing the bowels of the living prison known as jail, the gang of inmates, headed by Jack and the Blood Maidens, were confronted with a harsh reality on the surface, a landscape littered with corpses and dominated by the menacing Massacre Pink. As optimism disintegrated in before their eyes, the gang was forced to split apart, each drawn to the towering presence of the consuming jail in the sky. Soundfall is a dungeon crawler with a musical theme that combines looter-shooter action with rhythm-based gameplay. In full campaign mode, they must protect Symphonia while earning incredible skills and exploring the world of music. Players can personalize their loadout with more than 500 items of equipment. Soundfall supports co-op play for up to 4 players, allowing users to defend Symphonia with friends locally or online. The game contains 5 distinct characters, each with their own playstyle, weaponry, and skills. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning is a wildly popular RPG game. The game has stunning visuals and expanded gameplay, providing players with an immersive and customizable RPG fighting experience set in a massive and growing game world. Discover Amalur's hidden mysteries by exploring the thriving city of Rathir, traveling the broad territory of Dalentarth, and venturing into the perilous depths of the Brigand Hall caverns. As the first warrior to be revived from death's grips, you have the ability to rebuild a planet torn by a cruel battle and discover the mysteries of eternal youth. The game has an epic plot, tactical combat, a detailed class system, and a wide range of items. Players take control of Arbiter Kiri, a member of the Immortal Council, and navigate through difficult situations. They can gain an edge by customizing their characters, equipping their army, and utilizing strategic formations. The game also has dynamic opponent AI, hidden mysteries, and boss encounters. Players must make challenging decisions that have an influence on the tale and the planet, as well as engage with a wide cast of individuals. In ancient times, the goddess gave mankind with knowledge, resulting in the rise of civilization. They constructed massive buildings and a devastating weapon. However, the society collapsed owing to a horrific struggle between the goddess and the vile god. Fang, a youthful fencer, assumes the role of a Fury, a swordsman who can wield a rage. He sets off on a journey to find Furies and restore the goddess. Along the journey, he encounters a lady who can heal via singing and a muse who manipulates minds. Fang's fate starts to unravel. Darksiders III is a post-apocalyptic game in which players take on the role of Fury, the horseman of the apocalypse, on a quest to eradicate the 7 deadly sins. The original game is accompanied by 2 DLC, The Crucible and Keepers of the Void. The Crucible is a renowned arena in which players fight waves of adversaries while putting their talents and abilities to the test. Keepers of the Void sends gamers on an adventure with the enigmatic Vulgrim. Fury enters the Serpent Holes in order to eradicate an old menace. Sine Mora is an incredible side-scrolling shoot-'em-up game that provides an unrivaled challenge, with time being a critical factor. Sine Mora delivers a spectacular shoot-'em-up experience by combining traditional shooter components with contemporary graphics. It offers players a compelling story mode that recounts an epic story, as well as an arcade mode that gives genuinely enjoyable gameplay for genre enthusiasts. With many temporal manipulation elements at your disposal, Sine Mora has an astounding arsenal of over 50 weapon combinations.
Knew exactly how much time you had left.
Yomi is a dungeon full with treasure and peril. Players are recruited into the Undernauts, a group of daring subterranean adventurers looking for valuable minerals. They must utilize their tremendous abilities and magical objects to establish escapes and survive to the surface. Players must travel numerous levels and a grid system to locate the perfect path in a dungeon RPG. To engage fights and level up, they must form a team of 6. To combat enemies and build magical doors, ladders, and bridges, the switch boost method is employed. When the Midnight Channel resurfaces in Inaba, the protagonists encounter an unparalleled degree of lunacy as they seek for the mystery power responsible for the events of Persona 4. The P1 Grand Prix, a combat event, broadcasts on the Midnight Channel, and members of the investigation team vanish. The protagonist and team members return to the TV world to solve the mystery and face their allies, the Shadow Operatives. Through their bouts, they learn more about the tournament's conditions and the genius behind it. Deep Sky Derelicts is an exciting sci-fi adventure game with a turn-based combat system and a polished comic book style. Survival in a bleak future requires players to collect remnants from abandoned alien outposts and spacecraft. The game provides limitless customization choices for characters and scavenging teams, assuring a great replay value. Players may switch between story and arena modes, immersing themselves in a divided human civilization or testing their abilities in violent arena conflicts. The Ultimate Edition of Deep Sky Derelicts offers an amazing sci-fi adventure.
Working the land.
Fae Farm is a fantastic adventure game in which players build their own comfortable house and set off on a trip full of charm and surprise. They may personalize their character, learn crafts, cooking, and potion making, and discover hidden riches. Players can explore the island's secrets on their own alone or in groups of up to 3. As the seasons change, new places become available, allowing players to rebuild and regenerate the environment around them. Players may nurture and care for animals, gather resources, and interact with supernatural beings. The Contra Anniversary Collection reimagines this legendary run and gun game for modern platforms, presenting it to a new generation of players. Engage in fierce combat against legions of dangerous foes and difficult bosses, testing your reflexes to the maximum. Additionally, the collection includes a digital bonus book with concept art, design drawings, the official franchise timeline, an exclusive interview with the Experience series producer, and much more. Contra ensures hours of heart-pounding action, whether you begin on this daring journey alone or with a friend. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga compilation, is a compilation of 13 classic Konami games that allow gamers to rediscover the thrills of these iconic games on the Nintendo Switch. Added online play, local couch play, save anytime and rewind capabilities, 11 Japanese regional version releases, button mapping, unique development art sketches, and historic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles media content are all part of the collection. The games, set in a fictitious New York City, are inspired by children's cartoons and comic book series from the 80s. CARRION is a groundbreaking horror game that allows players to become the embodiment of dread itself. defying standard horror and terror conceptions. Players take on the role of a fascinating, shape-shifting beast who has been imprisoned and is charged with chasing down and consuming those who have imprisoned them. Their abilities get stronger as they consume more victims, allowing them to unleash terrifying assaults, influence their surroundings, and control the thoughts of anybody they come into contact with. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked any one of these games, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hope to see you on the next one. And stay awesome!